What's going on, guys? It's your boy Vinny D. Week 2 unofficial leaderboards, Call of Duty World War II Xbox One. For you guys who are new, this is the second week only, so you're just it's new to everybody, including myself. Basically, I give you guys a little quick rundown. What I do is extract data, removing the boosters to see what leaderboards should look like. For the guys working at it legitly, and show you guys, talk a little bit, recap the week, what's trending, who's going up, who's going down, moving and shaking. And as I move forward, this is not going to be manually. Right now I'm manually putting everything in Excel. It's taking me hours to do. I'm using Photoshop and tools to copy paste. As you can see, it's crappy. I'm not good at it. So what I'm doing is designing a tool to get this done automatically. So next couple of weeks, things should be really cool. I have some good ideas for how I'm going to present this to you, but let's get right into it. What we're looking at here is last week, November 26th, 9:30 p.m. For you guys who saw the first video, basically I pull out the top 60, all right, non-boosters. This is what it looked like last week. I'm not going to go over that again. There's a link. You could go and check out our website where we have the screenshot for you guys to look at it. So that's what week one looked like. I basically, like I said, I pull out the boosters. Now, as for week 2, things got a little bit different. It currently looks like this now. I kind of made it different, and I'll get into detail about how this looks. Same concept, boosters are gone. I just want to go over something really quickly. I don't want to sit on the booster trends at all. But I just do want to let you guys know and give you guys some hope here, is that if you take a look, at the boosters, these are the top 100 guys that have been removed. They're clearly boosting, and they don't merit to be on the leaderboard. So if you look at the overall, this is the current overall position right now, and this is where they were last week. So I just want you guys to focus on the some good stuff going on here, besides Mafia 40 ounce over here, who came out of nowhere, and he's currently jumped up to 21. The other stuff looks promising, guys. What I mean by that is you could see the guys that are currently ranked 20, 30, 32, 45, 48, 87, they're dropping. Last week they were ranked 22, 30, 26, 21. So as you could see, they're getting past, whether they've stopped, and the legit guys are just overpassing them. So that's great news, guys. The boosters are obviously the top guys. They're not going anywhere, but let's just avoid them for now. But even these little annoying guys here, they're starting to drop off, which is good for for the grinders out there. So let's get into the week 2 leaderboards. I got some stuff I want to talk to you guys about. First, I'll give you guys a little bit of a rundown on what's changed. So as you can see here right now, I'm still going through a manual process. I've got some other things coming in the upcoming weeks on more details. But for right now, because I was limited on time, that's obviously your current overall position. I use top 60. It just takes me too much time to do the top 100. Right now, we'll stick to 60. What I've added this week was it's comparing from previous weeks. So right now, your current position number 1, where that gamer was last week, what the change was. All right. And obviously I break down the top 60 guys, and there's obviously guys that are coming and going. So let's just go over a little bit. I'm starting to understand more and more on what's trending. Even after 1 week, I see some patterns. So first off, 18 guys have been shuffled on and off the leaderboards. What I mean by that is there's 18 new players that have jumped into the top 60 that weren't ranked last week. Okay, so you'll see it here: not ranked, not ranked, not ranked. So 18 of them. Obviously, we have a couple of guys here, like I said, right away jumped to 23. Zeus and X55, 23, 24. That's a huge leap. And down here, obviously, we've got them trickling in from the from 50 to 60. That's just normal, guys, fizzling out, and other guys pushing in. So 18 have come and left the top 60 week for this week. So we'll see if that continues next week. Now let's just jump into some trending. Obviously, I'd like to speak about everybody, but every week I'll do my best to give my rundown and on what sticks out. Obviously, Adrian Lowe and Mad TV, you know, we could say what we want. You know, they're clearly ahead of everybody. Let them duel back and forth. I mean, you know, Adrian Lowe and Mad TV. I mean, no pun intended, but you know, I have the stats. I see it. You know, 5 days played in the previous week for Mad TV. Adrian Lowe 4 days. You know, whether they're count sharing or not, it's like, you know, what are you sleeping 4 hours a day to get these hours in? So it's clearly, you know, if nobody catches them, then I hardly even look. I just look at them in the world of their own. You know, I mean, this is like clearly impossible for one guy to be playing 5 days, you know, and sleeping 2 hours a night. So let them duel it out. There hasn't been any change. You know, and then we have some good battles going on with the rest, and that's what I'd like to get into. You know, for 3 and 4 over here, you know, they're, you know, gaming and all tactics a little bit ahead. You know, 700,000 point lead here. However, these guys have been going back and forth. As you could see last week, Tactics, you know, was ranked 4th, and now Tactics was 4th, and now he's jumped over Gaming. Okay, they flip-flopped, and how that happened was, you know, Tactics just put in the work basically. Gaming had played one day this week, 500,000 point lead, and the Tactics threw in 3 days of grind, and he pulled ahead. So you could see how the hard work pays out. I mean, you guys don't see these stats here. Again, I've extracted everything, so I have it in the back end. I'm not going to start showing you Excel and boring you guys out with the details, but this is a good battle that, you know, going back and forth, you know, so we'll see where this turns out. You know, and then obviously from there, the drop off, it gets interesting because everybody's pretty tight, and this is where a lot of shaking going on. A lot of guys bumping up, moving down. You know, a good battle going on right now is between 10-11 War Ninja and Lance. You know, previously ranked 21 and 23. So as you could see, these guys had a huge jump this week. Still fighting for it. I mean, it's funny, they were 23 and 21, and now they're 10 and 11. So these guys are grinding right now. I mean, they both put in 3 days of total play this week, and it clearly shows. I mean, 10 and 11, you know, jumping up that much, the very close. So obviously War Ninja's got a lower SPM. He's got more work cut out for him, but you know, he's still got the lead for now. So let's see how this plays out in the next couple of weeks. Cool things about these boards, guys, is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these saved, so you'll be able to, you know, compare previous weeks, something that the official boards don't have. So, you know, as the game goes on, you could go back into, like, you know, whatever month and whatever week you see, to go back and see exactly where the standings look like and what the leaderboards, what shuffling went on over the months as we move forward. Last shout out, you know, number 21, Lolitos over here. He was right here. Sorry about that. As you can see, Lolitos here, ranked 53, you know, and jumped up to rank 21. Okay, big move, 1.1 million points this week, 3 days of grind. I mean, clearly shows, you know, his SPM, you know, 334 average for a leaderboard, but you know, hard work's paying off, and you could clearly see from where he's you know, where he's currently ranked, and giving you guys who are like scraping the leaderboards around the top 100, top 50, hope that, you know, as you push more, you'll be able to get there. Now, I mean, I want to talk a little bit. I don't really want to talk about the guys who dropped off so much. I mean, everybody has their own personal lives. Some guys could just have, you know, whether it be school, you know, they're not interested anymore, but I know people want to hear about it, so we'll get into the biggest drop-offs of the week. We'll start off with Perplexer over here, who was, you know, ranked number 5, and in 1 week dropped to number 13. You know, he only played 8 hours this week, and again, you know, it's just not good enough to hold your ground, especially when you're in the top 50. So whether he comes back and pushes, I mean, he's still in striking distance, but 8 hours of play is just not good enough right now for you know, for the top 60 and the top 100. So we'll see how that turns out. Go down to, you know, number 30 over here, Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was ranked 14th. Big drop off here. Now dropped down to number 30. I mean, also again, he's only played 8 hours this week. I see the stats, I see everything. So I mean, 8 hours is, is just not good enough right now to maintain where you're at. So if this continues, obviously he'll be out of the top 60 in no time. We don't want to start assuming where these players are at. They could, resurface at any time, but it is notable because of the huge drop off when you're dropping down 15. It's worth mentioning. Another guy who I kind of mentioned last week on my recording was Fly. Fly was ranked 40th. He is ranked 40th. He was ranked 17th. The sad thing, it's not really sad. He's put in 10 hours, but I did mention last week his SPM is low. All right. He's got a lower SPM compared to a lot of the guys on the leaderboards that are 350 plus, even 450 plus. So his 286 SPM, although he was ranked 17 last week, if he didn't maintain only playing 10 hours this week, really hurt him. With a lower SPM, you guys that are pushing, if the hours are not put in, you'll tally out a lot quicker than other guys. It's, stats don't lie. So as you can see here, that SPM and not having the hours, really hurt his ranking. So we'll see where that comes out going forward. I mean, this gives you guys with a little bit of a lower SPM, you could gauge by looking at these leaderboards and these trends week in, week out, if your SPM is around these guys, how many hours they're putting in to be moving up, and it'll give you an idea on how much time you have to put in. Finally, a couple of notables that I was kind of shocked by seeing. If we go down near the bottom of the list, Manuel Hudson at 49 and Shiloh at 60. Hudson was at rank 16 last week, dropped down to 49. Shiloh was at 22 and is now 60, and they have stopped playing. Not 1 minute played this week, and clearly, again, it shows. I mean, numbers don't lie. No time played, dropping over 30 spots each. It hurts. So the SPMs were there, but the time's not there. So again, I mean, that's a little bit of a quick rundown. As you know, we come out with a video also this week trying to go over some of your gameplay, some of the top guys gameplay, who merits, if you have any good footage, we'll try and find it. We'll try to get everybody on board and try to rotate, not always show the same guys. So there you have it. Again, this is manual work right now. I'm working on something in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully maybe next week it could be a complete, where there's going to be a lot more detailed, where you'll be able to compare previous weeks and see exactly what's going on in the leaderboard. So hope to bring that to you guys as soon as possible. It needs to be developed, so working on that now, and it should be great. So that's it. Subscribe, you guys comment if there's anything you need changed, if there's anything that again, I have a biased opinion on everything. It's what I tell you what I see and give you guys insight, and it's free for you guys to go and take a look and put down your own opinions. So that's it for now. Enjoy the grind, keep pushing. Christmas around the corner, so for you guys who don't have the game, hopefully this is motivation over here to put in your hours and get the push going. All right, until next week, have a good week guys, and I'll speak to you soon.